Listen, of a Tuesday we take a glance across the digital frontier. Delighted to be joined here in studio by Professor Kevin Curran, the Professor of, Kevin, I'll get it all right here, Cybersecurity from the School of Computing Engineering and Intelligent Systems. All of that said, tempted to go electric on the motor?
In the future, but...
what are you driving now?
I'm driving a 15-year-old Mercedes coupe, but I've always gone for older second-hand cars.
A diesel or petrol?
Diesel.
Disgraceful.
Yeah.
Utterly disgraceful, Kevin. A man who's on the frontier of progress and newness. An old banger.
Yeah.
Kevin, good to have you in. Now, I love this. Tell us about Spidercam, right? When I first read what you had sent us, I thought about that, you know, the Attenborough thing where they make a fake seal and put a camera inside it. So on the 18th green, will we see Spidercam or will Spidercam see us?
Well, hopefully. Spidercam is like it's a winch, again, which carries a camera, and the camera can fly diagonally, and it kind of offers dynamic angles again, so that drones can't see, because these Spidercams can go 1 meter to 30 meters above the green, but it'll give us more interactive, immersive experience, which young people are kind of used to. And we've seen Spidercams used a lot in American football and even
Rugby,
stadiums now. Yeah, of course.
Millennium Stadium, Cardiff.
So, yeah, I mean, there's a worry, of course, that what if the golf ball hits the Spidercam?
You're coming up with a high wedge into the 18th.
Exactly, but apparently on the shots which are coming in, dropping, that they move the camera back, so that the cables are, they shouldn't be hitting the cable.
Or the eye line, which is very particular for a golfer. They're going, what is that thing about? Is somebody up with a drone or what,
Yeah, I mean, they can be distracted, but no, that they claim that they'll just make sure that the winch system behaves itself and is not in the obstruction of a golf ball landing on the 18th green.
Good Lord. Are you a golf fan? Are you heading up now?
I am. I'm going on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
I am.
You play golf?
Twice a year.
Oh, well, twice more than me.
Yeah.
Right, listen, one small act, Kevin, at the dinner table or at the desk can do wonders for conserving your battery. I need somebody like you to sit down with me for half a day and go, do you know what your phone can do? I think most of us, Kevin, have phones that we know 3% about what that phone can do. We make phones, we send texts, we'll go on the internet. But so what's the trick at the dinner table?
The trick really is to place your Android or your iPhone face down, because that stops any notifications coming in. If your phone is...
What?
If notifications come in and your phone is not face down, the screen will light up for that, for a few seconds.
Yeah.
Again, and young people, can get hundreds of notifications per day, actually. It's well known, if you're with a teenager, that their just phone is beeping all the time if they got the sound on. But by placing the face down, in other words, that the notification will still come in, but it doesn't light your screen up. And again, the number one battery killer really is your screen resolution, really is such. And it's one way to be able to silence that. Of course, you can put your phone into silent mode, or you can, of course, and also checking your notifications and which apps will notify you can save a lot of battery life as well, and some of them as well. Background refresh, I always turn off on apps, because if you have an app which is constantly checking for updates, that's using battery life, and it's using communication. But I turn battery refresh off on anything which is not a message or a WhatsApp or my email, anything which is not productivity or family related, again, so that they're not constantly checking.
No, none of us know this. None of us know about this stuff. My God.
And reducing the apps as well. Like there's apps like Facebook again on your mobile. I'd never have that on. That's a real bandwidth hugger, and also a battery killer as well.
You've no Facebook on your phone?
No, I haven't. Never have.
Right. See, I would be lost because I need it for this programme.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But whenever I'm posting, for instance, all my media interviews will always be posted to the 5 social media networks. But I use a tool, but I just do one message and I post it to each of them. So unnecessarily, I never really browse through a lot of my social media.
Gotcha. Yeah. What about period tracker apps? It's a new one on me, Kevin. For me, tracking apps are about joggers and cyclists. What can you tell us about women using period tracker apps?
Yes, these apps can help a woman, know where she is in her cycle, her monthly cycle is whatever. But and they collect information again, including your exercise, diet, and medication. But what a lot of people would never suspect when they download these apps, and the majority are free, is that the details are passed on to third parties. So these third parties, because the app developers, free app, someone, they're making their money through selling to third parties. And again, third parties do like to know if someone is pregnant, because then they can target them with baby food and whatever else.
Of course.
But of course, a lot of this, but it's quite intrusive. And a lot of women will not be aware that actually, that, you know, if they've given their name, their phone number, whatever, you know, whatever else, that they can be identified through this.
I think it's Australia. The Minderoo Centre for Technology and Democracy states that menstrual data can offer insights into women's health and reproductive choices, making the apps that collect them a gold mine, Kevin, for consumer profiling. Gosh. But it makes sense. You tell them something, they're going to try, they'll sell you what you've said, or sell you something to do with what you said.
And they have gained popularity. I mean, there's 250 million global downloads of the 3 most popular apps. And I know Ulster University last year did a study into the intrusive nature of these apps.
So what do women do if they want? Because, I mean, these things can be very helpful for, you know, people living modern lives, you know, step track appers, you know, apps and period tracking and all the rest. Avoid them altogether, Kevin, or...
Not if you believe it's useful. I mean, and nothing's as important as having a kid. And if an app can help in that way, my goodness, use it. But don't give any personal information away. If you have a second phone, put it on there where you're more or less anonymous rather than your main phone number as well. But just don't give anything too personal away. But it's really up to the government to be able to control this. And perhaps the NHS should come out with an app, you know, that does this and doesn't sell on to third parties. But we want transparency here. It should be a big pop-up if an app that you've downloaded is selling your data onto third parties, and that should be noticeable to anyone.
But none of us push those buttons. None of us understand them, because there's thousands of them.
Yeah, we need transparency. We need people who understand these to control and legislate these people who provide third-party apps.
Kevin, good to see you. Thank you for popping in the thoughts of Professor Kevin Curran from the Ulster University. Folks, in 10 minutes' time, the second half, one about taxis. Do you fancy being a taxi driver? Have you got what it takes to be a taxi driver? Well, the Northwest Taxi Proprietors have a new partnership to get you fully trained and licensed. Right, I'll be back in 10 minutes. It's 1 o'clock.
On BBC Sounds, your radio, TV and smart speaker, this is The Northwest at 1 on BBC Radio Foyle.
And with a